Growing up around the dinner table, the sound of clanking dishes, the smell of food from the kitchen, and the stories shared between bites. I still hear my mother calling us to dinner. And some of my most cherished songs weren't on the radio. They were simmered, served warm, and lived in those conversations passed between plates. I'm Shaparak Malek-Morvai, founder of LHYME, where food and music connect through nostalgia. LHYME began in 2012 from my college apartment balcony. With no formal training, just a love for food and music, I started a blog creating recipes inspired by musicians. One of my first dishes, TCB Flash corned beef hash, was hardly gourmet. I feel like Gordon Ramsay would have had a few choice words. But I kept going. And since then, I've grown as a creator. I've earned my MBA and my doctorate. I've researched women's advancement in business, and I've taught myself how to cook, write, and photograph from the ground up. LHYME has evolved into an immersive storytelling platform featuring custom recipes, artist interviews, and vibrant visuals. I've now interviewed over 130 artists from around the world, spanning various genres, identities, and styles. And we've built a solid audience, too, with over 13,000 followers on Facebook and over 1,800 highly engaged followers on Instagram. This isn't just content, it's community. But here's the problem. Music is more accessible than ever, but the relationship between the artist and the listener, it's never felt more distant. Fans want more than just a release date. They want to feel something real. Music journalism is often transactional or surface level. LHYME goes deeper. Why LHYME? Because it's not just another feature. It's nourishment. It's where flavor meets sound and the kitchen meets the stage. LHYME tells untold stories, personal, rich, and deeply human. And here's how it works. Every LHYME feature starts with a direct connection. Sometimes I DM the artist myself. Other times it's through PR teams or referrals. Then we meet for a 30-minute conversation. We talk music, message, and meaning, but also food. Favorite dishes, childhood meals, and flavors tied to home, heartbreak, joy, and identity. That's where the magic happens. Next, I develop a custom recipe inspired by that artist by studying their sound, energy, and color palette. Then I cook, photograph, and write. Think cosmic almond flour brownies for Gwen Levy. Each dish is intentional, and every article is reviewed by the artist or their team, because trust matters. Artists have called LHYME immaculate, transformative, one of the most meaningful interviews they've ever done. Derek Miner even said, "My experience with LHYME is unlike any interview I've done before. The professionalism and thoughtfulness was unmatched. And she made me my own recipe." Now I'm taking it a step further, and I'm dropping a mixtape. The LHYME mixtape is a cassette-style recipe box with a 4-course menu on beautiful recipe cards. Each includes a Spotify playlist, linking to a Spotify playlist so you can cook, dine, and vibe in harmony. It's portable, giftable, and customizable for romantic dinners, any season, and all occasions for just $20. To scale, I'm seeking $30,000 in investment funding, $20,000 for website and graphic design services, $10,000 annually for mixtape printing and packaging, and continued support for content creation, outreach, and artist partnerships. Because that part, that's priceless. LHYME is about preserving what's real, food, music, and memory. It's about amplifying the voices that deserve to be heard, fully, deliciously, and with heart. Because sometimes the greatest songs aren't on the charts. They're passed down at the table. I'm Shaparak Malek-Morvai, and this is LHYME. Thank you.